Hello, welcome to UK Moho Touring. I'm Julie.
I'm Andy, and this is Abby.
Oh,
Hello, Abby.
Say hello to the camera.
Looking the wrong
Hello.
way. Looking the wrong way.
This video is coming to you from a new collaboration group called Vanother Collective. We are a group of like-minded vloggers who have got together to share some video ideas and put a few new things out to you. I will put some links in the description, and the names of the people that are in the video will be going along the bottom here so you can see who we all are. What we've decided to do for the first video is to introduce ourselves basically and tell you a bit about us and what we do. We have created 5 questions which all the videos are going to answer. So the first question on this vlog is, what got you into vanning?
Why we're going to vanning? Because as you get older, when you're younger, you tend to get a tent. Everybody starts off with a tent. I used to go like backpacking with a single man tent with my friends. Then as you get a family, you get bigger tents, and Julie had a really big tent.
I had a huge tent.
Yeah, and then you decide that you don't really want to be sort of like sleeping on the floor. And you want more comfort as you get older, so we thought, shall we get a caravan? Shall we try a caravan? So we thought we won't spend an awful lot of money on one because you don't know if you're going to like it. So we had a look around and we found one. Was it on eBay?
On eBay.
On eBay, yeah.
About £1,000, 1,200 quid or something.
And it was in Cleveland, but I've never toured before, so I thought, oh, bloody hell, going to Cleveland, what if I can't get it back? But I thought with it being such a small amount, I'd probably just leave it in a lay-by somewhere.
No, you wouldn't do that.
So we went there, and it was all sort of like rigged up for us, and they put it on the front, so I didn't have to reverse onto the drive because I was a bit worried about that. And they put it out for us, and they upped it all up for us, and we sort of like, yeah, we like this. It was an old one, but it was very smart.
It all worked, didn't it? It all worked.
Everything was nice.
Yeah.
It was good. So I managed to tow it back, and I quite enjoyed towing it really because it was not a very big one, so it just followed you around the bends. We got it back, and then we just started going to different sites.
Yeah, that was an Abbey Solitaire.
Yeah. Hence the name of the dog, Abby.
Abby, yeah, that's why the dog's called Abby.
Yeah, and then obviously our kids was younger. We managed to get, was there about 6 of us in it, didn't we? It was like,
yeah, we had your 2 boys and my son. All slept in the van, didn't they? We'd fit the bed up. They slept in the van, and we ended up sleeping in the awning. So we might as well have stayed in a tent.
Yeah. So we love that. So that's like the start of our sort of caravan.
That was back in 2009.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really how we got into it, and then we've gone through a few things since then, haven't we?
And for whatever reason, we decided to sell it. I think what it was while we sold it, I think it was in like a storage yard, and I think we went down one day, and when we went into it, all the wallpaper had come down.
It was all.
And it had
when you touched it, it was all soft, wasn't it?
I think it got damp, so we thought, well, we don't really want to sort of stick with this if it's got damp.
We sold it, didn't we?
So we sold it, and then we didn't get one for quite a while. We seemed to have a break from it.
Yeah, about 2018. We did do a bit of tenting in between with the kids, didn't we?
Then we realised we don't want a tent.
It's no good.
We went on the front of, was it the East Coast?
Yeah, we put tent poles and everything, didn't we?
It was like a gale force 10. Yeah. It was scary. Even the kids was real upset. It was just absolutely throwing it down, the wind.
So we just packed up and went
home. And we thought, we'll never go camping in a tent again.
The second caravan again was another Abbey.
Yeah.
And so that's where it really began. We've been going since then. That was 2018.
Yeah.
And then after that we had a Swift Ace Diplomat, and then on to the Motorhome.
Yeah.
So that's really how we got started in it. So question number 2 is, how long have you been camping for? So I think in a lot of ways we've already covered that, haven't we?
Yeah.
So since 2009, on and off in different shapes and forms. So 13 years.
Why we ended up like with a motorhome is because I decided to start towing wasn't really for me.
No, you didn't like it, did you?
I loved the setup of a caravan, and the caravan, you know, seems to be ideal setup but it was just like we had a few times I'd gone down like a lane, and it was always thinking in my mind, going to a site like, what am I going to come across, or am I going to get a puncture, or it was always a worry.
It wasn't worth the worrying, was it, for you? Although I still really miss the caravan.
And we keep talking about
having a caravan as well.
But
no, I don't think that's practical, but it's always a thought in our minds is to actually have both. But so yeah, that's that. So question number 3 is, what is your unit? Our unit is a Corrado T334, which is made by Heimer, which is one of the biggest motorhome makers on the continent. So it is a continental van. So our habitation door's on the other side to what a British made one is, but it is a right hand drive. And I think we'll probably show you more of that in a later vlog, because I believe we're looking at some point of each doing a van tour, so you can see what we all have. So I'm not going to elaborate too much on about the van and what it's got and what it does and everything else. I'll leave that for a later vlog. So question 4 is, what's your most embarrassing moment?
Well, I always like to say the time that Julie fell out the door and landed in the dog's bed. But that was embarrassing for her, but nobody...
Fortunately, too many people didn't see me because we had the awning up at the time, didn't we? And it wasn't Abby, it was our previous dog, who was an ex-racing greyhound. So he had quite a big bed. We'd been playing about. Andy had done some of mine, so I decided to steal his beer.
And that's sacrilege.
And as I went to steal his beer, we have a step down from the living area. So I slipped down the step, fell straight out of the door, and actually landed in the dog's bed.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I didn't hurt myself, but I think I'd had a couple of drinks at the time, which probably helped. Yeah. So, the most embarrassing.
And the other one we always think about is we was racing against time. We have our caravan on the storage, and it was getting dark, it was raining, and we had to get to a site for a certain time. And when we got all hooked up, and
we got it hitched, but we couldn't get the electric plug in.
And was like, wow, what it go in, and it was absolutely throwing it down. There was puddles where I was on the floor trying to get the thing in. So I rang a friend of mine who's got a caravan, and I said, we can't get the bloody plug in. Why won't it go in? And he said, sometimes the turn does the electric, the plugs, and you can't get the plug in.
Thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, and sometimes if you pulled it out or you moved it, you can't get it back in, and you need a special tool. And it was like embarrassing having to ring somebody to come out to help us with that.
Fortunately, the storage was at a dealership.
Yeah.
And there was people still in the office who actually loaned us the tool to turn it round, told us how to do it.
Yeah.
But as caravanners, these are things we should have really known.
Yeah.
But we didn't. So it was a little bit embarrassing admitting that we didn't know these things.
Yeah.
But we got the tool, turned it, plug went straight in, and off we went. So yeah.
And the other one I can think of, where we was like trying to get onto a pitch, it was like up a hill, and our battery gone flat on the motor mover, so we was at such an angle up a hill that...
I think that was actually here. We're at Bridlington Caravan Club site this weekend, and I think it's literally the pitch opposite us.
And me and Julie was trying to push this 7.5 metre caravan up a hill.
We couldn't do it.
But luckily, camping people are so friendly, and a couple of them come out of the vans and they help us push it into place. So.
Yeah, so that were a bit embarrassing though, because I think it's because it was winter. Was it Christmas when we did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Christmas, and the van had been stood in cold, hadn't it? So...
Any other embarrassing moments?
No, I don't want to admit to any more, to be fair.
No.
We've done a few daft things over years. So.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
So... the final question number 5, is our camping tip. Yeah. What we would recommend. I think ours is really the main one we'd say is do your research into where you're going. We've had a few incidents getting to sites, or
we've ended up down a single track lane.
We've ended up down single track lanes. This is with the caravan as well as the motorhome. Caravan being harder to manoeuvre than the motorhome, but yeah, I would say do your research, because some of them are not so easily accessible as others.
And also read the reviews. Just recently went to a site and it was quite expensive. And,
it was expensive.
And we thought it's expensive. It looks good on the pictures.
Kept saying 5 star, and this, that, and
we didn't read any of the reviews, but we went to it, and to be honest, it was run down. There was rubbish everywhere.
There is a vlog on it, so
yeah, there was weeds. Not all the flower boxes.
Yeah,
was
we
full
weren't
of weeds.
impressed. But he had the most amazing bathrooms, and I mean really amazing bathrooms.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what he thrived on was the bathrooms.
Yeah, it was all around his toilets, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, do your research into the campsite, the surrounding areas.
Yeah, people say it's good. The wardens always make it, if they're friendly wardens. Say we've been to sites where they've been a bit miserable and stuff, but we had to come out this week because, like, last week was a bit of a disaster.
And we needed to get it out of our heads, didn't we? So we came up to Brid and feel a lot happier. And one final little tip I'd say is get a sat-nav that's specifically for motorhomes and caravans, because you can put all your dimensions in of your unit, be it whatever it is and whatever size it is, and hopefully the sat-nav won't take you where you can't fit.
It does occasionally try it. Is if the Wi-Fi...
If there's a road closed.
No, if there's a Wi-Fi or it loses its signal,
it can't always
tell where you're going.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it's been pretty good.
It is good. It is good. What's ours? It's a Garmin, isn't it? Ours. And we've not had too much trouble with it. So I think that's about everything for this collaboration.
Yeah, I hope
as I say, we'll put the links below so you can get to all the others. So please do go have a look at the other videos.
The videos are like nice people. You know, this is our first one, so we're hoping that
none of us really know what we're doing yet, do we? So
I think we'll get more into it as we go along. The first one's always the hardest, as they say.
It is. And we all have different styles of the way we do things. But yeah, please go over to the other channels and support them as well.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next collaboration video. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but we will have a discussion and plan that out. And we're hoping to release on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
So don't forget to like, leave a comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.